engineers and communication skills. Since the beginning of time, innovations have been one of the greatest strengths for the growth and prosperity of human civilization, and engineers have been the exceptional companions that have constantly boosted innovations. Engineers hold a very crucial place in our society as they are the pioneers for advancement and evolvement of human civilization. So you all must be wondering, what exactly do engineers do? Well, engineers find appropriate solutions to problems using science, math, and logic. Engineers keep inventing for the mankind to evolve, protect lives, prevent diseases, and protect our planet. They also evaluate, inspect, design, develop, test, modify, install, and maintain a wide variety of products and systems to enhance our technological advancements. Moreover, their ideas and ability to predict and produce are what shapes our future. Now that you know what engineers do, let's talk about a problem in their field that has been a worldwide phenomenon for more than centuries. Being an engineer means focusing highly on skills such as problem solving, learning, building, and designing. So since the beginning of their learning process, they are taught to highly focus on the bigger problems and create this singularly focused mindset. This singularly focused mindset usually barricades the engineers from maximizing the full potential of learning the effective use of communication skills. This leads to creating misunderstanding, missed opportunities, conflicts, and spread misinformation and mistrust, which can ruin their entire career. But where does it all start? And why are these soft skills being isolated from the engineers? It all starts with our teaching system. Most of the engineering schools are instructed to engage logical thinking into students. This is primarily because most of them are not part of required state testing or simply not have enough resources to provide those departments. And since most of the engineering students are made to highly focus on science, math, and logical thinking, they barely have enough time to focus on anything else. And yes, it has worked for centuries, but these outdated learning techniques are not only bashing the engineers' careers, but also making engineering students fatigued and change their majors. Which brings us to our next slide on how and why engineers think the way they do. Due to lack of communication classes and resources, many engineers are forced to see the world from a very logical perspective, making them see the world as more black and white. But we humans are gray creatures, meaning they are emotional to the core. Humans cannot be logical. So what do you expect would happen when an engineer traditionally speaks logically to an emotional being? Social awkwardness. Moreover, due to these logical manners of engineers, many times others might also find engineers to be very rude, whereas from an engineer's perspective, they are just being logical. This showcases how improper communicative skills could lead a simplest conversation to a frightful misunderstanding. So here is a short video that highlights what engineers are expected to do while working and how skills such as communication plays a vital role in an engineer's career.
So, in your company, for instance, how often is someone going to have to be giving a presentation?
As a new graduate, you're going to probably talk to within your team, and I speak for example as a team of engineers, you're probably going to talk within that group on a meeting basis every week. As far as major type presentations that you would bring to an upper management group, it may be once a month or once every 3 months. But you need to be prepared for that. A lot of people get nervous, or they want to shy away from doing those things. I would tell everybody to take the opportunity every time they get the chance and make it better than the last one.
About every other day, we have engineers going to the presentations. These days, we're tasking our young engineers with more and more responsibilities, and they are making PowerPoint presentations, and they are going up in front of some critical customers and making presentations.
As you move up in the company, you do more presentations. If you're like a fairly new individual, you would be doing a lot of the groundwork in my groups. I always gave the brand new people the opportunity to interact with folks outside of our organization. That way they could demonstrate whether they could do it or not. So being able to speak well, to be able to speak clearly, and be able to convey your ideas both graphically and verbally is very important. I expect you to be able to put together a PowerPoint presentation and be able to stand in front of people and explain things to them and just help them understand. And you have to attack it on a variety of levels. Just communicate. When you're talking with someone, you can communicate with them on so many levels. The more the better.
And how important is that going to be to your success as far as moving up in the company?
Well, if you can't communicate, you can't move up. If you're the kind of person that wants to stay in the same job for your whole life and become a technical expert and basically, permit yourself into your cubicle, then you can do that. But if you want to move up and do more interesting things and get out and become broader, then the communication skills are going to be a very good way of getting there.
The more people you know, the more people that know you, you kind of got to go around. Like where I work, there are a lot of opportunities, like to come out and go recruiting, but they don't exactly advertise that. If you don't communicate, talk with your managers, go out and ask people, go ask people that have experience, you're not going to learn things, you're not going to get the opportunities that other people are going to get.
You can't just be technical in our organization. I'd say most consulting organizations require strong analytical people that understand how to communicate their ideas.
So what is an effective communication skill, and why do engineers need this skill? Effective communication skill simply means being able to convey ideas, stories, information, or solutions to help someone gain your perspective. It means providing a clear understanding of what you truly believe in. According to one of the articles published by Ohio University on their blog, communication skills can help engineers communicate complex ideas more precisely, boost their confidence in themselves to present solutions to the decision makers. Moreover, it could also provide leadership roles for themselves to manage and motivate other team members to be successful in their field. So what can be done to enhance communication skills in the field of engineering? First of all, engineering schools need to evolve. They need to find new techniques to help these future engineers stay motivated while learning. They need to help these students get engaged into group activities such as internship, projects, and social services. Activities such as letting students organize STEM workshops, events, films, dramas, etc. can drastically improve their social skills. And lastly, prompt them to focus more on communication and speech classes by making them mandatory or state requirement. This will result in not only providing them with help to shape their career, but also be profoundly successful in their fields. It will significantly enhance their work experiences and make it a lot easier. And most importantly, it will inspire and raise the prestige of engineering professions.